usual, okay, as usual, no glute spread. That's crazy. We'll be diving into this episode very shortly. You can drop questions as I go along, or if you have anything you want to add, like a comment that isn't really a question, still drop it down. But I won't be stopping because I want to get a good soundbite for the people that are listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So, with that said, with that out the way, we'll be diving into today's episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yo, what's good, meatheads, and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your boy, IFBB PRO coming at you with another topic. And today, I'll be breaking down the reality of the way as men we perceive ourselves and our problems, and what we do to, or what we can do to still have an edge, even if we don't have or didn't win the genetic lottery. All right. So if you are short, if you are fat, if you are bald, if you're all three of them, then listen up. All right. Because I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a perspective shift here, something that you might already have told yourself in your head, but never really had anyone else say to you. Okay. So we're going to be really talking about your self image, how to improve it, and essentially what to look for when it comes to changing what you can change. Because I mean, you can't really change everything, right? You can't really change the fact that you're bald. I mean, you can go get hair transplant, but it's never going to be the same. The same with being short. You could get a leg lengthening surgery, but is that really what you want? Could you afford that? Again, that's up to you. Most people will never do that. But fat, being overweight, that's changeable. And out of all three is the main thing that you should be focusing on changing if you have that issue. All right. So we're going to be diving into it for men specifically. Your biggest problem is your weight. I'm here to remind you and somewhat reassure you that it isn't really as big as a problem as you think. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm going to explain. Being overweight as a man is not necessarily as big or bad as a problem as you think. Okay. I mean, maybe if you were going bald, you could justify feeling like the world's going to end because, it's like somewhat permanent. You know what I mean? It's showing signs of aging and all that stuff, things that you don't really want to show, that you kind of don't have the control to not show. Okay. So I could understand that, you freaking out about that, you know? And the same thing goes to short kings out here. No disrespect to them, no disrespect to any of these people. Okay. But imagine being done growing at like 5'3" as a man. And for the short kings out there, you know what I mean? I see, I know what it's like. Dating game, like always getting roasted. It's not that serious, but definitely it is something you cannot change. You absolutely cannot change it. Okay. You can do your surgery, whatever. You can have your hair transplant, whatever, but it'll never be the same. And it's something you really cannot change, no matter how much you try to play God. Okay. But getting fat, again, long story short, that isn't a real problem or a problem as serious or at least as severe as, going bald or, being short, because those things typically pertain to the, um, what do you call it? The genetic lottery that you may have hit or may have missed, right? So it's not really as big as a problem as you might think. And like, even some of you might have like thyroid issues that cause you to really pack on weight very easily. Okay. And even that isn't as bad as a problem as you think, because fat is meant to be burned. It's an energy source. It's something that you can easily, again, easily change on your body. It's like the one most mutable thing on your body. Like you can change it. It's like it's like changing a hairstyle, right? It's going to take you some time. It's going to take you some effort, but you can definitely change that permanently. Okay. But you can't grow back the hair that fell off when you're bald. You may get your transplant, but it'll never be the same. And you cannot grow a couple of inches once you're done growing. It's just done. Those things are permanent. However, your fat, your weight, your love handles, your man boobs, double chin, those things can get deleted. Some people choose the surgery route. Most people choose the actual authentic route that's going to keep the fat off, which is exercising. And we already know this. This is like age old. I'm not even going to tell you how you're going to get rid of fat, because this is episode number 154 of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. There are several episodes on Apple Podcasts and Spotify that you can tune into to learn easy ways to burn fat with meals that you enjoy and workouts that don't make you spend 10 years per session. Okay. And I'm not the only one that talks about this. There are several people online throughout any social media platform. You can find them, and they provide amazing information that will help you change the fact that you are fat. Okay, because like here's the reality, like bro, dude, this is the real. Let me just spit this to you. If you don't have the looks, you can certainly create them. And I'm not saying you're like doing what you're doing to impress other people. Like, sure, you can do that if you want to compete, because technically you're gonna have to impress the judges and the audience. But if you just want to like feel better the way that you are as a man, you can definitely do that without like being born with the looks. You can create the best version of yourself, regardless of where you start. Like, if you're not tall, if you're a short king, cool. Instead of being 6 feet wide, which you have 6 feet tall, like you have no control over that, you can't change your height. You could at least attempt to become 6 feet wide with muscles, right? You can definitely compensate for other positions or parts in your appearance or in your presentation that you might lack. If you're going bald, that's cool. All right, that's cool. Make that cue ball shine like a fucking diamond. Like, don't hide it. Don't try to not like suppress the feeling of it not even bothering you and like just always wearing hats and stuff. It's not going to make you feel better about yourself, right? You're gonna have to embrace that change. The same way that you're gonna have to embrace the change of going to the gym, going to implement a habit that you normally never really implemented, okay, in order to get results you've never really had, right? Which is gonna help you put some muscle on, change your demeanor a little bit. The same thing with, you know, we'll say just simply put, controlling the fact that you're bald. You can't. There's nothing you can really do unless you just go out there and fucking, you know, buy hair transplants and all that. And as I said earlier, it's not the same. And you will know that. And you will feel like it's not the same. And quite frankly, you're better off putting that money towards like eating cleaner, eating healthier, going to the gym, doing things that are better for you, fucking supplements, all that stuff, and embracing the fact that you are the way that you are. And I promise you, you will feel better. It will do more for you than trying to cover things up or to lie or to pay your way out of a problem, right? Like, honestly, those are the biggest issues for men, mostly when it comes to their appearance and their self image, their height and their hair. Okay. But being fat, like literally being fat is the easiest thing to change. Okay. It's the easiest thing to change. And this is not even going to be a long episode because of how straightforward this point is. And, you should already understand by now. 2023 is the year that you literally should step up and stop looking at yourself as if you're fucking ugly or as if like you can't change the way that you see yourself in the mirror, because that's just a lie. It's possible for every single human being, included disabled folks, to change the way they look in the mirror should they put the effort forward, right? Like, look at it, man. The ladies do it. They look in the mirror, wake up in the morning, they're like, oh fuck, looking like a bag of rocks, right? But then when you catch them out at dinner, they're looking like a million because they got their makeup and they got the gym and they just make themselves look better and then they feel better as a result of that. And then the dudes, I mean, we don't have fucking makeup, at least most of us. We've got the gym, and for most of us, that's all we've got in order to help us, present ourselves the way we want to be presented, or at least the way that we want to see ourselves. Okay, and it's about time that we really started using that tool because most people, most men that feel like shit about themselves really focus a lot on things they cannot control. Like as I said, the height and the balding. You really cannot control that. So focusing on that, it really can drag you down. But focusing on other variables that you can change if you just put your focus and attention towards, like that's worth it. That's the only thing that can change that can make you feel better. Okay. So this is the message to all my boys out here. Okay, all you meatheads, you dudes. Take care of yourself, and you'll realize your insecurities will drown in your developing self-image and confidence. 2023 is the year, man. 2023 is the year, man. You've been the same way for God knows how long. It's up to you. You can figure out how long you want to stay that way. You can either, get handsome or stay hideous. Choice is yours, King. All right. That's it. That's all. If you like this episode, share it out with a friend. I hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. Let's embrace your inner meathead together. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. IFBB Pro, Matt Butale, signing out. Boom. All right. Podcast episode's recorded. I'm going to look at some of the comments I got here on TikTok because we didn't get many on Instagram. Let me see here. Cool. Um, let's see here. Shout out to you. Wait, what the flip? Did somebody like? How do you do that? Someone like put a. How did you make me a profile picture so goddamn fast? Unless that's like a feature. That's crazy. Why would you? Wow. Anyway, but shout out to you. Um, Fatina says, "Hello, how are you? Hey, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it." Heaven Bird says, "The gym is all what a man needs. A man is definitely by masculinity." I don't know what you mean there, but I think I kind of get the gist of it. I think you mean a man is defined by masculinity, but maybe a typo. Yeah, I appreciate your comment there. I appreciate it. You know what it is, dog. I see you. User 5543. I can't say the whole thing, but shout out to you for tuning in. Yeah. All right, folks. All right, folks. That is it. That is all. Okay. I hope you guys have the best motherfucking Wednesday of your life. I'm gonna go crush chest and probably eat a fucking pizza today. And I hope you guys and girls do good. Peace, love, protein. Put your muscle on and focus on burning fat. Let's do it. We out.